Monday, October 16. Becoming a blessing to the whole world. Read Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 to 3. In what way was God's instruction to Abram a call to mission? Let's read that Genesis chapter 12 and beginning at verse 1. Now the Lord had said to Abram, "Get out of your country, from your family, and from your father's house, to a land that I will show you. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great. And you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curses you. And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." God asked Abram, whose name he later changed to Abraham, to leave his country and his people and go to another land. It was all part of God's plan to use Abraham as a vehicle to fulfill his divine purposes in the earth. And Abraham went, according to the word of the Lord. If God has a plan for you, it may be a call for you to leave your extended family and your people and go to a place that he is opening up for you to serve him in order that you can be a blessing to others. Read the following texts. What does each text tell of God's covenant, his promise to us? First of all, Genesis 3, verse 15, "And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel." And Genesis 17, verse 19, "Then God said, No, Sarah your wife shall bear you a son, and you shall call his name Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his descendants after him." And Numbers 24, verse 17, "I see him, but not now. I behold him, but not near. A star shall come out of Jacob, a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and batter the brow of Moab, and destroy all the sons of the tumult." And Isaiah 9 and verse 6, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given. The government will be upon his shoulder, and his name will be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." And Daniel 9, verses 24 to 27, 70 weeks are determined for your people and for your holy city to finish the transgression, to make an end of sins, to make reconciliation for iniquity, to bring in everlasting righteousness, to seal up vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the command to restore and build Jerusalem until Messiah the Prince, there shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. The street shall be built again, and the wall, even in troublesome times. And after the 62 weeks, Messiah shall be cut off, but not for himself. And the people of the Prince who is to come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. The end of it shall be with a flood. And till the end of the war, desolations are determined. Then he shall confirm a covenant with many for 1 week, but in the middle of the week he shall bring an end to sacrifice and offering. And on the wing of abominations shall be one who makes desolate, even until the consummation which is determined is poured out on the desolate. And Matthew 1, verse 21, "And she will bring forth a son, and you shall call his name Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins." From the above texts, it is clear that God was going to accomplish the promise made in the Garden of Eden that someone will come as a solution to the sin problem. This solution, Jesus Christ the Messiah, was to arise from the line of Abraham and Isaac through Sarah. Hebrews 11:9 states that Isaac and Jacob were heirs to the promise of blessing that God made to Abraham. As we read in Hebrews 11 verse 9, "By faith he dwelt in the land of promise as in a foreign land, dwelling in tents with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise." We don't know exactly how much Abraham himself knew or understood of just how the promised seed would arise through him. But he moved out in faith anyway. By faith, we read in Hebrews 11 verse 8, Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out to the place which he would receive as an inheritance, and he went out not knowing where he was going. What an example for us. So to finish today, suppose you are called by God to go, not knowing where you are going. How do you respond, and why? You have been listening to a reading of the Adult Sabbath School lessons by Dr. Percy Harrold, and the inside story by his niece Sibylla. Apart from being provided free to those who are visually impaired, these audio lessons are available on the official General Conference Sabbath School and Personal Ministry app, on SoundCloud, Apple iTunes, and also on YouTube. Search for Percy Harrold Sabbath to find all of these. And remembering all the time that God is always faithful.